If you're on this video, this is probably because you struggle with color grading as a photographer. The reason for that is that 99% of you are missing one step before being in the software and touching all of the sliders like crazy people. Usually this one step you are missing, this is the analysis of the existing colors that are on your photos. If you don't know what colors are already in the photo, how can you build a color grading that is going to make sense for your image? You can't. So here in this video, I'm going to show you this step that is the color analysis of your photo using Adobe Color. If you are really lost with color grading and you would like to go more in depth, I teach my full color grading method, which is called the color code. This is a 4-step method. I will add the link in the description. So before opening your editing software, I want you to analyze the existing colors on your image. Here, I don't care what software you use to edit your photos. The only thing you have to do is to open a color wheel, a tool that will allow you to analyze the colors of your photos. So here, I'm going to show you that with Adobe Color. So here you can see that's the address of the website. It's available for everyone, even if you don't use Adobe software to edit your photos. So then once you are here on the color wheel, you're gonna want to click on image, okay? Click on image, then upload image. So here I'm going to pick a random image. If your photo is a RAW, you won't be able to upload a RAW directly here on this platform. So what you can do is to just export a JPEG or make a screenshot, a quality screenshot, and upload it here in the image tab, okay? Then you want to sample some colors. So what colors should you sample? This is colors you want information about, areas where you are not too sure what color it is. So here, for example, I have this area, I'm not too sure, is it blue, magenta, I don't know. Here in the sky, I would say it's blue, but who knows? The sand is kind of a beige, but I'm not too sure either. The grass here, is it green? Is it yellow? I'm not sure. And then yeah, there are some trees here. Usually trees, we think it's green, but sometimes it's more of a yellow hue. So it's always interesting to do the analysis. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of that so I remember which color is what. So here, this is the trees, the sand, the grass, the sky, and the hill. Okay, all right. And then I'm gonna go to color wheel. And here I see all my 5 sampled color on the color wheel. The problem is that because there are different saturation, different brightness is very close from the center, and we can't really tell what is the hue exactly of this image. It's a bit hard to tell. So what we want is to have the color sample in the edges of the wheel, just like we have here on those examples. You can see it's really easy to see the color harmony because the dots are in the edges of the wheel. So to do that, you're gonna click on this little code here, and we're gonna want to work with the hues only. So color has 3 parameters: hue, saturation, brightness. We don't want to work with saturation and brightness here, we just want to work with the hue to be on the outer side, on the outer edges of the wheel. So I'm gonna go with 100% of brightness. So here you can see this is the sliders for hue, slider for brightness. And something you need to know, saturation, 100% saturation on this kind of color rectangle is on the right of the rectangle. So if I go to the top right corner, I'm gonna have the hue only. And you can see now my color is in the edge of the wheel. So then you're gonna have to do that with all of the colors. So you click on the code and you can just pick here the dot and go to the upper right corner. And now I can see that in my photos I mostly have blue tones and yellow and a bit of green tones. So look, this was our screenshot from earlier. So see, it's very interesting because see this color here, that was the grass, And the grass is more greenish, like it's yellow, but between green and yellow. The trees, like I told you, the trees that are on the hill, that was this color, and this is totally more yellow than green. So that's why it's really interesting to do the analysis. And then everything else has kind of blue tone. So even the sand, I was saying that was more like beige. This is this one, but it's actually kind of a cyan. So now that you do that, you can choose a color harmony. So a color harmony, you have analogous, complementary, split complementary, triadic, square, monochromatic. That's the main one that we use for photographers. If you don't know anything about color harmony, I highly recommend you to learn about that. I teach that inside of the color code, my color grading course for photographers. The link is in the description. And here, as you can see, if we wanted to use a complementary color scheme, so colors would be mostly opposite to each other. So maybe what we could do is to just manipulate those two colors here and have them add more red to it. And so it would bring the color more towards an orange and will be the opposite color of blue. And it would create a nice complementary color scheme in my photo. So to choose a color harmony, you need to do this color analysis, of course, but you also need to know what emotion you want to convey, what do you want your viewer to feel, and what did you feel when you captured the photo. So you see, color grading is not about guessing at all, but they are just steps that you have never been working on until now, and this is why you are struggling, this is why you feel something is off, this is why you feel like you are always guessing. This is because you are skipping steps that are really important. So open this website, play around with it, and then once you know what color harmony you want to work with, this is at that moment that you can open your software and start editing based on this here. And by the way, I'm currently building a tool that will be inside of the color code course. So I'm going to demonstrate it in this tool. You can just sample colors. It's kind of what I showed you. I'm gonna try to choose similar colors. Then here, instead of having to remember what is what, you can just name the colors. So here, this is the hill, trees. Then number 2, this is the sky. Number 3, this is the grass. Number 4, this is the sand. And number 5, this is trees. Trees, middle ground. And then analyze on the wheel and see we have pretty similar results. So the wheel here is not placed the same as the one before. That's why the location of the dots are a bit different, but it's still yellow, green, and mostly blue colors. So here, this is what you see at first. And then just by clicking without doing the HSB manipulation, you just click on pure hues and it shows you the hues. So this is just one click, super easy. And then with the harmony guide, it tells you what colors to manipulate to create a color harmony. So here it recommends split complementary. And if we decide to go with complementary, like we said before, we would have to move this color here more towards the deeper blue. And just like I said before in the demonstration, we would have to take those two colors and bring them more towards orange. And how you do that, you just add a bit of red to those colors and it's going to naturally shift those colors towards orange. And so with this tool, you can quickly analyze the colors of any image. This is a tool that will be available only for the color code students. The link is in the description.